the Titanomachy. To find the roots of this war, we must go back to the beginning of time. There were the 12 giant titans born to Gaia and Uranus, along with 3 one-eyed cyclops and 3 giants with dozens of arms. However, Uranus committed the atrocity of imprisoning his 6 monstrous children in hell. Enraged, his son Cronus overthrew him and took the throne. But the cycle of power was cruel. Cronus repeated the same tragedy by swallowing his own children. Now, those resurrected children have risen in rebellion, and that is the beginning of the Titanomachy. In other words, Titanomachy is the power struggle between the 3rd generation and the 2nd generation. The war between the Olympian gods and the Titans continued for a staggering 10 years. The world shook every single day, yet it remained a tense stalemate with no clear winner in sight. To break the deadlock of the war, Zeus made a special resolution. He decided to recruit the giants who had been imprisoned in the deepest part of hell, Tartarus. There, Zeus rescued the 3 one-eyed cyclops and the 3 hecatoncheires, the giants with 100 arms. In gratitude, the master smiths, the cyclops, forged legendary weapons for the gods. To Zeus, they gave the mighty thunder and lightning bolt to Poseidon, the trident that shakes the seas, and to Hades, the helm of darkness Kyne that renders its wearer invisible. It was the moment the gods' power soared. Now, the tide of war had completely turned. The 100-armed giants rained down boulders like a storm, while Zeus relentlessly struck the titans with lightning from the sky. Finally, the victorious brothers decided to divide the world. Zeus took the sky, Poseidon the sea, and Hades the underworld. The long war, the Titanomachy, ended in a complete victory for the Olympians. Didn't this story remind you of the movie Star Wars? The two tales are surprisingly similar. Look at the confrontation between a cruel father and his son. Cronus swallowing his children and Darth Vader, the galaxy's greatest villain, are strikingly alike. The declaration, "I swallowed all your children," is just as shocking as the line, "I am your father." We can't forget the legendary weapons. The scene where the Cyclops forge lightning for Zeus overlaps with a Jedi obtaining a lightsaber or Master Yoda training Luke. Also, Zeus, enlisting the giants imprisoned in Tartarus to oppose the Empire, is undeniably like the leader of an underground rebel alliance. Finally, the secret of birth and seclusion is exactly the same. Zeus, growing up secretly in a cave on Crete to avoid his father's gaze, shares the same destiny as Luke Skywalker, who grew up hiding his identity on the planet Tatooine. Isn't it fascinating that a myth from thousands of years ago became the archetype for the greatest sci-fi epic of our time?